Welcome to Billionaire and President Mysteries. Dear friends, have you ever wondered what the lives of the children of US presidents are really like? Behind the perfect appearance, from academic achievements to artistic and sports activities, the children of the president are also involved in shocking scandals, from drug addiction to facing prison sentences and even debauchery, spending billions on women. After all, what secrets are hidden in their lives that we have not discovered? What are the children of US presidents really like behind that perfect facade? Let's find out in today's video. First, let's talk about Malia Obama and the shocking marijuana allegations. Malia Obama, the eldest daughter of former President Barack Obama, has been hailed as a symbol of intelligence, talent, and admirable qualities. Since childhood, Malia has shone in the public eye with the image of a young, serious, and promising girl. Not only is she the daughter of one of the most famous presidents of the United States, but she is also an excellent student, always receiving praise from teachers and friends. With her elegant appearance, outstanding educational background, and strong commitment to learning, Malia has become an ideal role model that many young people aspire to. However, this expectation and admiration puts Malia in a difficult position. Behind the perfect appearance that the public often sees, Malia faces enormous pressure from living under constant scrutiny from the media and the public. Every action, every decision she makes is scrutinized, judged, and often unfairly exaggerated. And when this young woman makes a mistake, or simply does something that does not fit the standards that society has set for her, all the criticism is immediately directed at her. A clear example of this is the incident in 2016 when Malia Obama was accused of smoking marijuana. The incident happened during her summer vacation, right after she graduated from high school. She was photographed attending a music festival with friends, and the photo that appeared to show her smoking marijuana quickly went viral on social media. In the blink of an eye, Malia became the center of a media storm and heated debate. Some people condemned this action, saying that Malia betrayed the values that her father stood for. They stressed that as the daughter of a former president, she should act in a standard manner and set an example for other young people. For them, this act of smoking marijuana was not only a personal mistake, but also a heavy blow to the image of the Obama family, damaging the reputation that the family had built during 8 years in the White House. Not only that, those who oppose President Obama's policies were quick to take advantage of this opportunity to criticize him and his family. They used Malia's incident as a tool to attack policies they disagreed with, trying to prove that even the president's family could not avoid the social problems that he had pledged to solve. However, not everyone was on the side of criticism. A large part of the public, especially young people, expressed sympathy and defended Malia. They believed that this young girl, like any other teenager, has the right to experience, experiment, and learn from her mistakes. Given the fact that she has lived under the glare of the media spotlight since she was a child, it is inevitable that Malia will encounter difficulties in her growing up. Moreover, this incident has also sparked a wider debate about how the public and the media treat the children of politicians. When Barack Obama became president, he and his wife tried their best to protect the privacy of their two daughters. They wanted Malia and Sasha to have as normal a childhood as possible, even though their family was always in the public eye. But with the development of social media and the constant curiosity of the media, this task has become increasingly difficult. Malia Obama's incident is not only a controversial event, but also a valuable lesson about the enormous pressure that children of politicians face. Living under constant surveillance, their smallest missteps can be magnified and become the talk of the world. This not only hurts them, but can also have long-term effects on their future. But if you thought Malia's case was shocking, wait until you hear about the son of the next president. Not only is he addicted to drugs, but he also faces up to 25 years in prison for serious crimes. What the public sees is just the tip of the iceberg as these dark secrets are gradually exposed, shaking the whole country. Next up, Hunter Biden. From the shadow of drug addiction to facing prison. Hunter Biden, the son of President Joe Biden, has had a dark time in his life as he battled drug addiction. While his struggle with addiction made Hunter a symbol of self-destruction, the legal challenges he faces now have pushed him into a new, more serious crisis than ever. The case is not only a fierce legal battle, but also a battle for his honor and future, with charges that could land Hunter in prison for up to 25 years. Drug addiction, Hunter Biden's dark past. Hunter Biden has repeatedly admitted that he was once in a spiral of drug addiction, a long-term battle that he never fully won. Hunter's life, from being born into a powerful family, was shrouded in pain and destruction caused by drugs. During his years of addiction, Hunter experienced many personal crises, from losing the ability to work to broken relationships and public scandals. Addiction severely affected Hunter's image, making him the subject of much criticism from the public and his father's political opponents. Although he has had periods of trying to get clean and find his feet, this dark past seems to haunt him, not only in his personal life but also in his career and family relationships. Facing prison, a new turn in Hunter's life. Now, after years of struggling with addiction, Hunter Biden faces another terrible ordeal, a conviction on 3 felony counts, including tax fraud, gun violations, and money laundering. These charges, if convicted, could land Hunter in prison for up to 25 years, a future that is darker than ever for him. The first charge, tax fraud, is one of the most serious. Hunter is accused of failing to report millions of dollars in income from international business deals, including shady dealings with partners in China and Ukraine. Not only is this failure to report income illegal, it raises questions about the Biden's honesty. The second charge, violating gun laws, is particularly sensitive given Hunter's history as a drug addict. Under federal law, people with addictions are not allowed to own guns, but Hunter allegedly purchased a gun while under the influence. This is not only illegal, but it raises concerns about the dangers of combining guns and drugs. Finally, the money laundering charge puts Hunter in an extremely dangerous position. He is accused of using offshore bank accounts to launder millions of dollars from illegal transactions. This charge, if convicted, could land him in a long prison sentence. Pressure on President Joe Biden intensifies. Hunter Biden's legal troubles have not only hurt him, but have also put enormous pressure on his father, President Joe Biden. A man who prides himself on his family and values ethics, Joe Biden is now facing fierce criticism from political opponents who say he has abused his power to protect his son from the consequences of his criminal behavior. Although Joe Biden has repeatedly defended Hunter, emphasizing that he struggled with drug addiction and is trying to overcome it, this defense seems to have failed to stop the growing criticism. Joe Biden's opponents have used Hunter's case as an opportunity to attack the president's credibility and integrity, adding to the political pressure he is facing. Hunter Biden's uncertain future. Hunter Biden's case is still being investigated and tried, and the final outcome is still unknown. One thing is certain, however, Hunter's life will never be the same again. Whether or not he avoids prison, his reputation and future have been severely damaged. If convicted, Hunter could face a life behind bars, where his past and present mistakes will forever haunt him. But even if he does make it out of prison, the shadow of this case will forever be a stain on his life and his father's career. Third, Barron Trump, the extravagant life and shocking scandals. Barron Trump, the youngest son of former President Donald Trump, has long attracted public attention with his lavish lifestyle and all-night parties. Despite his young age, Barron has quickly become a symbol of luxury and unlimited partying, a lifestyle usually only seen among adults in the upper class. But what has surprised the public is not only the luxury that Barron is enjoying, but also the level of indulgence and the potential consequences of this lifestyle. All-night parties. Since leaving the White House, Barron Trump has been known for his lavish parties, where he and his friends organize all-night parties at the most expensive penthouses in New York. Many sources say that Barron often frequents nightclubs and luxury entertainment venues where only the rich and famous can set foot. Barron has been caught drunk on more than one occasion, something that would have been unthinkable for a teenage boy. At these parties, alcohol and drugs were always present, and Barron seemed to enjoy them without hesitation. Many pictures showed him holding a glass of wine in his hand, sometimes expensive cocktails, with a smug smile on his face. This is not the image the public expects of a teenager, especially the son of a former president. Luxurious lifestyle. Barron Trump's life has always been surrounded by wealth and power, and he does not hesitate to flaunt it. From expensive designer clothes to luxurious trips on yachts or private planes, Barron clearly shows that he is a teenager who lives in unlimited luxury. He is often seen in expensive sports cars or shopping at luxury stores on Fifth Avenue. In particular, Barron has a special interest in expensive watches. His collection includes famous brands such as Rolex, Patek Philippe, and Audemars Piguet. Each of these watches is worth tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. For Barron, these items are not only a symbol of wealth, but also a way for him to affirm his position in the upper class. Depravity and worrying relationships. In addition to his luxurious lifestyle, Barron Trump is also involved in many relationships that the public cannot help but worry about. Many sources say that he has become friends with some people who have a loose lifestyle and do not follow common moral standards. These relationships not only create a bad image for Barron, but also make many people worry about his future. One of the notable points is that Barron does not seem to have control from his family. While his parents, Donald and Melania Trump, seem to be focused on their personal projects and careers, Barron is free to do what he wants. The lack of family rules and parental supervision has allowed Barron to indulge in a wild lifestyle without any obstacles. Barron Trump's wild and uncontrolled lifestyle has raised many questions about his future. Although Barron is still a teenager, the choices he is making could have serious consequences in the future. His alcohol and drug abuse could lead to serious health problems, and his association with bad influencers could land Barron in dangerous and legal situations. Many are concerned that if Barron does not change, he could follow in the footsteps of other wealthy young people who lived in luxury, but ended up losing everything because of their uncontrolled lifestyle. Lessons from high-profile cases like Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, and Justin Bieber show that fame and wealth can be a double-edged sword, especially when there is a lack of guidance and supervision from family. However, Barron is not the only one. Even children of previous presidents have not been immune to serious trouble. Just look at the stories of Jenna and Barbara Bush, two daughters of the president who were arrested for alcohol-related issues. Presidential daughters arrested, Jenna and Barbara Bush and their alcohol-related troubles. Jenna and Barbara Bush, the twin daughters of former President George W. Bush, have been the focus of media attention not only because of their powerful family background, but also because of their alcohol-related scandals and public disorder during their youth. These incidents have created much controversy and are profound lessons about the pressures and temptations that children of leaders face. Shocking incidents. In 2001, while their father was in office, Jenna and Barbara Bush were arrested for alcohol-related crimes, an event that shocked not only the Bush family, but the entire United States. Jenna, then a student at the University of Texas, was arrested for using a fake ID to purchase alcohol at a restaurant in Austin, Texas. She used someone else's ID, which was against the law, especially for a member of the president's family. The incident was widely reported in the media, making Jenna the target of public criticism. Barbara, Jenna's twin, was not spared from similar troubles. Around the same time, Barbara was arrested for underage drinking at a bar in Austin. This incident further increased media attention and led to heated debates about parental supervision and responsibility for the behavior of their children, especially when they belong to a powerful family like the Bushes. The pressures and temptations of life in the limelight. The arrests of Jenna and Barbara Bush were not simply personal incidents, but also reflected the challenges faced by children of US presidents. Living under constant public and media scrutiny, they are held to higher ethical standards than usual. Any wrong move can lead to serious consequences, not only for themselves, but also for the family's image and reputation. In the case of Jenna and Barbara, the alcohol-related scandals became the focus of criticism and controversy. Many people believe that the Bush family, especially George W. Bush and his wife Laura, were not strict enough in educating and supervising their children. However, others believe that these are common mistakes in youth, especially in the context of the pressure they have to endure when living in the spotlight of the White House. An interesting detail in this story is that Jenna Bush, after the scandals and media scrutiny, transformed herself into a successful author and television host. She has written several children's books and became a host of the Today Show on NBC, where she regularly shares stories about her family and personal life. This shows that despite facing difficulties in the past, Jenna still found her own path and overcame the challenges. The story of Jenna and Barbara Bush shows that even children of presidents are not immune to temptations and pressures, but they can overcome and build successful lives from past mistakes. However, not all choose a peaceful path after troubles. Another typical example is Amy Carter, the president's daughter who caused a storm with controversial protests, shaking the whole United States. Amy Carter, the presidential daughter who made a storm with protests. Amy Carter, daughter of former President Jimmy Carter, is not one to shy away from the spotlight. On the contrary, she has become a symbol of courage and fighting spirit by daring to participate in protests and public actions against social issues at a very young age. Amy's actions have caused a lot of controversy, not only because she is the daughter of a president, but also because of the strong messages she wants to convey. Protest at Brown University. One of the most prominent events involving Amy Carter was the protest at Brown University in 1985. At that time, Amy was a student at the school and participated in a protest against the CIA's campus recruitment, an organization that she and many others believed was involved in lack of transparency and human rights violations. Amy, along with many other students, organized a sit-in in front of the building where the CIA was recruiting. She and her friends blocked the CIA from entering the building, which led to Amy being arrested along with 50 others. The arrest of the daughter of a former president caused a stir, causing many to wonder whether her actions were a manifestation of a strong militant spirit or simply youthful rebellion. Controversy over behavior at public events. Amy Carter is not only known for her participation in protests, but also for her controversial behavior at public events. One such event was when she participated in another protest at the University of Massachusetts, where she spoke out against the school's policy of investing in companies linked to the apartheid regime in South Africa. Amy spoke out strongly about her views, despite being in front of many powerful figures and the media. Amy's actions have created a wave of controversy. Some people support her, saying that Amy is a symbol of courage and the spirit of fighting for justice. They praise her for standing up for what she believes is right, despite pressure from her family and society. However, many others criticize Amy, saying that she has taken advantage of her position to cause trouble and embarrass her family. Public events protesting President Reagan. Another interesting and noteworthy detail is that Amy Carter once publicly protested President Ronald Reagan at a public event. In 1986, during a discussion at Emory University, Amy stood up to criticize Reagan's foreign policies, especially regarding Central America. This event was not just a single protest, but also a mark showing that Amy was willing to confront the most powerful figures in America to defend her views. Despite the controversy, Amy Carter's actions have created a powerful image of a young woman who stood up for what she believed was right. She did not let her position in the presidential family stop her from participating in social activism. This has inspired many other young people, especially those who believe in the power of fighting for justice and human rights. Today, Amy Carter continues to maintain a low-key life, away from the spotlight, but her past actions remain an important part of Carter's legacy. Amy Carter has proven that, despite being born into a powerful family, she can still forge her own path, and that path is one of relentless fighting for what she believes in. Through the stories and scandals mentioned above, we see that the lives of the children of American presidents are always covered with glamour and fame. But behind that perfect appearance lies a harsh reality that few people understand. Great expectations, potential security risks, heavy psychological pressure, loss of privacy, and the struggle to build a personal identity. Being born into a powerful family can be a gift, but at the same time, it is a terrible burden that they have to carry for life. Social pressure and expectation, becoming an unwanted icon. Children of presidents are not simply heirs to fame and position, they also have to shoulder huge expectations from the public. From the moment they are born, they are shaped to become icons of exemplary behavior and moral standards. Their every move is scrutinized under a harsh lens, and any mistake can become the focus of criticism and condemnation. This pressure is not only present, but also lasts throughout their lives. They do not have the right to experience the rebellious or experimental phases that other teenagers have. Instead, they must always maintain a perfect, flawless image to meet public expectations. Living under constant surveillance not only takes away their personal freedom, but also makes them constantly brace themselves for pressure, making them feel like they are living in a gilded cage with no way out. Threats to personal safety, living in constant danger. In addition to social pressure, children of presidents also face serious security risks. As parents, they become the target of threats from terrorism, kidnapping, to extremists who want to harm the president's family. Some of the following cases can be mentioned. Susan Ford, surviving a kidnapping attempt. Susan Ford, daughter of President Gerald Ford, survived a kidnapping attempt in 1975. President Gerald Ford was in office at the time, and his family was the target of a series of security threats. Susan, then a young girl, was threatened with kidnapping by an organized crime group. The Secret Service discovered and stopped the plot before it could become a reality. The incident raised fears for the safety of members of the first family, leading to increased protection for the children of leaders. Chelsea Clinton, facing threats at a young age. Chelsea Clinton, daughter of former President Bill Clinton, was also the target of numerous threats during her father's presidency. As a child, Chelsea lived under the strict protection of the Secret Service, not only at the White House but also when attending school, participating in extracurricular activities, and on family trips. On several occasions, security threats forced the Secret Service to change their schedules and move Chelsea to safer locations to ensure she was not attacked or kidnapped. Because of the constant danger, strict security forces surrounded them, from personal bodyguards to complex protective measures, turning their lives into a mobile fortress. However, this protection also came with harsh restrictions. They could not freely go out or participate in social activities like other young people. Every step was closely monitored, depriving them of the ability to experience normal life. Not only did they live in fear of being attacked, but they also faced the isolation caused by security measures, leading to feelings of loss and loneliness in their own world. Psychological impact, the burden of expectation and pressure. Living under constant pressure and risk cannot help but leave deep psychological scars. Children of presidents are often burdened with unrealistic expectations from their families and society, which can easily lead to serious psychological problems such as anxiety, depression, and a sense of being overwhelmed by responsibility. They often face the stress of being parents, living in the shadow of important decisions and policies that can affect millions of people. The inability to separate themselves from their family image further adds to the psychological pressure. These challenges leave them in a constant battle with themselves to stay strong and not be crushed by the weight of expectation. The loss of privacy, life through the lens. One of the saddest aspects of being born into the presidential family is the loss of privacy. The children of presidents have virtually no privacy. Their every move is monitored and analyzed by the media and the public. This not only causes psychological stress, but also deprives them of control over their lives. They cannot live a normal life without being hounded by the media, making every action, even the smallest one, become news. This constant scrutiny not only reduces the quality of life, but also creates a feeling of suffocation, as they feel they cannot escape social surveillance. Privacy becomes a luxury that they cannot afford, even if they are at the pinnacle of power and wealth. The difficulty of building an identity, breaking out of the family shadow. Being the child of a president can bring many opportunities, but it can also be a huge challenge in building an identity. They are constantly compared to their parents, and their personal achievements are often overshadowed by their family's reputation. This creates a constant struggle to define themselves, to prove that they can succeed and stand out on their own, regardless of their parents' status. Building an identity in an environment where everyone has certain expectations is an extremely difficult task. They have to find a way to overcome prejudice and constant comparison, to find their own path. For many, breaking out of the family shadow is a difficult battle, requiring patience, determination, and sometimes sacrifice. Dear friends, being the child of the President of the United States brings not only fame and privilege, but also immense pressure. They are constantly exposed to public scandals, live under constant scrutiny, and endure great expectations to be perfect. The constant security threats, loss of privacy, and difficulty in asserting themselves make their lives extremely complicated. These burdens are a high price to pay for the special status they inherit from their powerful families. What do you think about this issue? Leave a comment and share your thoughts with us. Don't forget to like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next interesting videos.